Brother Maynard, bring up the holy hand grenade. 1, 2, 5. Freezer. 3.
Arm yourselves, America. This is Defenders Live.
Hey, yeah. Here comes the danger up in this club. When we get started, man, we ain't gonna stop. We gonna turn it out till it gets too hot. Everybody sing, hey, yeah. Tell 'em turn it out till they can't no more. Let's get this thing shaking like a disco ball. This is your last warning, a courtesy call. I am not afraid of the storm that comes my way. When it hits, it shakes me.
Welcome to the show, everybody. Defenders Live, Mojo 50 Radio. My AI decided to fall asleep. What are you going to do? I'm really not
It's
joking.
hard to find good AI these days.
I know, right? I mean, if we could just get to that next age where AI is just as good, if not better, than reality, man, it'd be
Right.
so nice.
I know.
It'd be
I
so
know.
good. But too bad. Too bad for me. It's all right. No problems. We'll make it work. It'd be fine. Be fine.
Yeah.
With me tonight, Kari Melanek. Hey, Kari!
Miracle. Yes,
Yes.
yes, we indeed.
Yeah.
Are you ready for a miracle?
Yes, this
Are you
sounds
ready?
great.
Are you ready?
Yes, I think it does. I think we are. It's all there. No, obviously, with the AI being gone, I also have this small
Back
situation.
on there.
That's
It's
good.
horrible.
It's probably
you
a
know-
better thing for you, honestly.
I realized that my last tweet was I'm getting off Twitter for a little while because I need sanity, and this is not the place to find it.
You are correct. That is not the place to find sanity.
No.
That being said, it is the place to find very entertaining things.
There you go.
So I mean,
I'm trying to think of a better way if anyone wanted to contact me, a good way to contact me.
you need like a Pastor Carey at Gmail account or something.
You know what? I will do something for that for next week.
I think that would be the best way. If you guys have questions, comments, or concerned, she will get herself an email specifically for those sort of things, and you can get for there.
That sounds good.
Yeah, all those things. So we have a couple stories. Kari actually did all the show prep today.
Yay!
So blame her.
I don't get it. As I was looking at these stories, I kind of went, wow, they all have a similar theme.
They do. And I think, funny enough, I think the reason why my AI decided to fall asleep was because he didn't want to do these stories. He knew that
Probably.
he knew that he was going to blow a gasket somewhere. And he was just going to be like, nope, can't do it. Nope, not today. Nope, not good.
Can't
Nope.
go there.
Exactly. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. But
Yeah.
nonetheless, here we go. Let's start with the first one. And this is a quote, okay? Don't take this out of context, all of you people who take things out of context, because I know you're going to, and you're going to isolate that audio. I'm saying that in advance, knowing that it's not going to happen in the first place. But here we go. My boyfriend's wedding dress unveiled my own shortcomings over masculinity.
Yeah. And you think, what's this about? It's from a woman. It's from a woman.
Oh.
This story, I got done reading this, and we'll about this story. We'll tell you what it's about. But I got done reading this, and I went, I don't get what the point was. Like, I don't get the point of the story other than to try to... I don't even know if it's a shock value thing.
I see what you're doing here. You brought a story that has absolutely no meaning to get back at me for the story that I brought that had absolutely no meaning. I see what you're doing here.
But in your story with no meaning, there was still a meaning with it as far as people connecting in faith and really digging down and finding the awe and the emotionality of what Christ did. This is a woman writing about her boyfriend who dabbles in some cross-dressing and blaming herself for not finding it attractive.
Okay, so let's kind of get into this then. All right, so it's a story, so you're going to have to stick with us here. I think, honestly, it has to come from a female voice.
Okay, do you want me to just start reading
Just
this
keep
story?
going. Just go ahead. We'll
Okay.
stop you.
I wish I knew what Emily sounded like, but we're going to pretend.
Do it.
Okay. My gaze scanned the colorful racks of clothing and stopped abruptly on something I'd never expected to see. My boyfriend was clutching a wedding dress that he wanted to buy for himself. Emily, he cried with victorious glee, I've found the one. Ian thrust the white garment into the air like a NASCAR trophy. I don't quite get that.
I don't know.
Its lace sleeves sashayed from the tapered bodice and fluffy tulle grazed the dirty tiles of the thrift store floor. A smile stretched across Ian's scruffy face and his blue eyes danced with the giddy excitement of a bride saying, I do.
I don't.
Which that comes up. This is the dumbest thing. She does such a play on the whole I do.
Mhm.
It's such a mockery. So they're going to do a Mother's Day climb up Mount St. Helens.
Uh-huh.
This is a tradition. And if any of you have ever done a fun run or any sort of physical activity, like group activity, I realize the more I talk, the deeper I'm digging myself into a hole here. But you will find if you sign up for a fun run, you'll go and you'll see people in all sorts of different clothing. And it's that sort of thing with this Mother's Day climb. People just pick out silly ideas. This one on Mother's Day, apparently the tradition is that everyone gets garments in honor of female mountaineers and mothers everywhere, because every mother wants to go hiking a mountain in tulle and lace.
Yes, tulle and
Give
lace.
me a break.
Yes.
Because that's all women ever wear. You know, female mountaineers, of course.
They wore wedding dresses, obviously.
Well known for their Gucci style.
Balla.
So she says that she knows that Ian would be among the most outrageous on the mountain. My boyfriend is aggressively fun and a flair fanatic, which I find wildly attractive on most occasions, like when he's scaling technical slopes in jorts and a cat shirt, or skiing the steepest lines in the Pacific Northwest in space tights. Okay, Emily has a problem. If she's finding space tights, and the dude's not tiny.
No, he's kind of a butch guy.
He's
not the biggest
guy. Is that
guy,
really wildly attractive? Space tights?
What are space tights, by the way? I have no idea what you're talking about here.
I could be wrong, but I think they're like a tight, like an opaque tight, not the same material as yoga pants, but tight like yoga pants with like planets on them.
Oh,
I could be wrong.
Yeah, you got it right.
Okay. That's what I was guessing.
No.
Right. So that's what she finds wildly attractive on most occasions.
Oh no.
Okay.
That's not really wildly attractive on any
occasion?
gender. On any gender, on any occasion. I don't see this being a thing. By the way, quiet guy in the back over on the Twitter said, no, Kari. I don't believe the guy was dabbling in some cross-dressing. I think it's much more involved than that.
Well, we don't know. But we do know that this author, I love how she says, she's quick to blame men for their toxic behavior.
Oh, yeah.
But in this case, she as the woman was part of the problem. So she has the toxic behavior because she's a little concerned about her boyfriend wanting to wear women's clothing.
Don't you know that I'm toxic? Dun, 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 dun.
So she says she found herself unexpectedly uneasy with his new fondness for feminine frocks, a reaction that challenged the progressive ideals I'd prided myself on for decades. So for decades, she wanted these progressive ideals. She wanted to appreciate and want men to cross these barriers and women to cross the line.
Oh, yeah. Make it right.
And she thought that she was contributing to a progressive shift in how we define masculinity. And she was allowing men to be vulnerable and emotional, or ask for help, or hug their male friends, or to wear dresses.
And then she realized that she doesn't actually find that attractive, and that a man who wears a dress is actually kind of weird.
Yes. She strained to find it an appealing vision.
Ah.
Because it's a dude with a hairy chest.
Yeah.
In a
frilly
wedding dress.
Yeah. Hairy chest in a wedding dress don't make any sense.
No, she said it's not an unusual sight to spot him sporting a skirt, dress, or sarong at a party, picnic, or trailhead. He uses his unconventional apparel. Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. How is this coming to you as a shock then?
Right, exactly. Well, and she says that she loves that this is part of his display of individuality and how much he has fun. And she said it was attraction at first sight with him. But his closet full of feminine gear put a tiny dent in his desirability from the beginning of the relationship.
So once again,
yeah.
If you had a problem with it before he found the frilly wedding dress,
it was from the start of their relationship,
and you knew about it.
Yes,
you knew about the dresses and the skirts and the bonnets and all the giant sunglasses.
Yep. Well, and she said that she didn't. She's like ashamed in this article. She's ashamed of herself for
wanting a manly man.
Yes, for this disconnection between what she thought she upheld with, men can do and wear whatever they want and cross these lines, these boundary lines of clothing. There's a disconnect between what she thinks in her mind and what she actually finds appealing.
You want to know why?
Because it's
biology. See, biology states that a woman likes a man who is a man. Why do you think? Why do you think
he does have his beard?
Right, but that's just appearances. Okay, appearances don't mean much. If a guy can't grow a beard, but he can display the fact that he is still a man, still attractive. Yes.
Yeah, it's very bizarre. Well, and she talks about the first hookup they had.
They had a hookup.
She said she had to yank a green sparkly dress over his head.
Like off of his head?
Over his, yeah, like he was wearing a green sparkly dress. And yeah, she gets into a little bit of detail with what he was doing, gender norms and expectations, but physically my desire didn't match.
Right, because it didn't fit.
Biology.
Right. So it doesn't matter what you intellectually want. It's not like it's a taste that you acquire over time. It is something that is hardwired into you. It is something that is built into your body. You want a certain thing, no matter how much you scream about it, no matter how much you just decide to change the way that you think. Why do you think there are so many butch lesbians?
Right.
It's because they want somebody that is proven strong.
Right. Well, and this author is really irritated at herself that she says that these are unanticipated boundaries for her. And she says she still craves traditional masculinity. She realizes that she wanted less dress and more flannel shirts, trucker hats, and sandstone Carhartts.
Well, you can still get that and be flamboyant. We know this because of, what's his face? Brandon Morris.
Yes. Yes.
Love you, dude. I'm just messing. I promise.
No, that's great. Yes. Wow.
Skinny jeans and flannel shirts still kind of ring out as flamboyant, even with the beard.
That's hilarious. That is really, really funny. Well, so these two, Ian and Emily, had connected on an emotional level when they first met, and then she was kind of bothered, but not enough to not go after him. Her gay friend ends up, in the end of the story, just, oh, do you find your boyfriend as attractive as I do? And then my eyes chased my boyfriend down the mountain, my sensitive, silly, affectionate, emotional, vulnerable boyfriend skiing in his wedding dress. I do, I promised.
No, you don't. You don't.
No.
You don't.
No, she doesn't.
If you did, you wouldn't have written this article. You don't.
Right. I mean, what is the point of the article other than to say, my boyfriend's a cross-dresser. I thought I appreciated this until I actually started dating it. I don't appreciate this. I love my boyfriend, or I like my boyfriend. I don't like that he wears dresses. And either shame on me, or aren't I so brave for posting this, for writing this, for being honest about not wanting my boyfriend in a dress.
What she wants is applause.
Right.
She wants applause and acceptance for realizing that her counterculture ideology is wrong, but that she's going to accept a man who she knows is not the correct thing for her because intellectually she wants to be part of the culture.
Right. And I think, so the Scottish have the tradition of wearing the kilt.
Yeah,
and
kilt is a whole different thing.
I totally agree. It is a completely different ball game.
I would...
Oh my gosh.
Kilt ball game.
Oh my
I'm sorry. You can't. It's there. It's right there.
Oh my gosh.
All right. So, but no, I would wear a kilt.
Right.
I would rock a kilt. No problem.
Right.
If I had to go to a traditional Scottish wedding or something like that, I would rock a dress kilt. A kilt with the dress top, or the dress shirt top and the tux, the whole deal. I would do that. No problem whatsoever. My wife is happy about this. I'd have no problem with this. But that being said, if this is a constant thing where it's not just a kilt, but it's also everything else. Yeah.
It's weird.
And I'm coming from a background where I can actually talk about this because I used to do Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Who were you? Were you?
Who do you think I was?
The sweet transvestite.
No, thankfully not.
Really?
No. No, I was Brad.
Oh, okay. That is
only makes
acceptable,
sense.
But
it only
I
makes
really
sense.
thought it would have been.
No, I wasn't that
Okay.
bad off. No, I was Brad. I had the glasses and all the rest of it already.
Yep.
And,
Yep.
yes. So coming from a guy
Right.
who did that,
Right.
I'm letting you know that's your girlfriend.
Right.
That's your very hairy girlfriend. I'm just Wanted to let you know
It's
that.
weird.
Mhm.
So this is my story of I don't understand what purpose it serves at all
Hmm.
on any front at all.
It doesn't make so we did find the purpose. We know the purpose of this, okay? The purpose of this is to glorify herself as feeling guilty. And if you can glorify yourself for feeling guilty and shameful about the way that you know that you are because you want something that is counter to what your idea of culture is pushing at the time, then you can come out of the closet, as it were, and still be just fine in the rest of society.
Right. It's
Mm.
And this is where we're going to be loving and not say the words that are really in the brain.
That's where that comes in. Good job. There you go.
Self-control.
Yay. Priceless6 over on the Twitter says, why do I get the feeling that at Stephen Airy already has a kilt hanging in his closet? I don't. I don't. I wish I did, actually.
He keeps it folded in a drawer, right?
It's in a drawer. No, because then the pleats would get all weird. No.
That's good.
No. Well, so a kilt is actually it's a huge stretch of cloth that you have to pleat yourself as you put it on.
Oh, get out. I didn't know that.
Yeah. A traditional kilt, you have to actually pleat yourself as you put it on. Like, it's huge. It's a blanket.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a roll. It's like taking an entire bolt of cloth and just pleating the crap out of it.
Oh my gosh.
And
that would
folding
be
it and
time
folding
consuming.
It. Yeah, it is.
Wow.
That's why it's so warm. Because it's like
Makes
50 layers of cloth around you.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So, and if I did it, I'd have to go full traditional kilt. I would never be able to go, like I have to go traditional tartan. I wouldn't be able to get like the fake ones that are just like the belt that you put on and slide up like a skirt. I couldn't do that.
I'm kind of thinking Mojo Con.
Oh. Man, if I could afford a kilt, a real kilt with a they're like $1,000.
Good night.
It's like, to get a real one, yeah.
Wow.
They're expensive. They're not cheap, and I don't spend money like that on clothing.
No.
No.
Gosh, no.
If somebody else, if somebody out there on the Mojo world, you want to make a kilt for either myself and the AI, and you feel that desire, I would gladly accept the gift of a kilt. Just saying.
Yeah, they have. I mean, there are some nice kilts here.
Yeah.
But I don't see, like, I think these are already like a pre-made.
Yeah.
Is that the music already? I don't know
is.
why I'm always surprised by the music, but I am.
don't know. We're like almost 30 minutes in. So yeah, that is the music for the commercial break. So we're gonna hit a commercial break, and maybe our AI will be so kind to join us then. We'll be right back.
These are really fun.
What, the different kilts?
Yeah, there are a lot of different styles.
Oh yeah, there are.
They have women's and men's. And the women's ones are like definitely fashion.
They're definitely fashion and skirts.
Yeah. They're really cute though. USA Kilt, American Kilt Makers. We specialize in Highland wear. Okay.
All right. Might as well. What's up, buddy?
Free shipping.
Sorry, I was doing taxes.
Hey, how are you?
Could be better. doing taxes and
Stuff.
doing the show.
Yeah, taxes, good times.
Yeah.
Taxes and stuff. Taxes and stuff.
I'm still not done. That's the best part.
Awesome.
Yep. I'm tickled pink. Can't you see the look on my face?
I can. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I can't. I just see the drawing one.
She can't, but
Oh.
I can. I can see the look on your face, and it's terrible.
Well, then it's a disgusted look there.
Gotcha.
He's very disgusted. He feels bad for himself.
Well, you missed a really fun story.
Oh,
Nah,
so the
no.
boyfriend in the dress thing, I had it wrong. It's actually the girlfriend. It actually was a girlfriend getting upset about the man wearing a dress.
I was gonna say because my brain was not. I couldn't get.
Yeah, I apparently I misread somewhere when I was telling you about it. So.
Oh, okay.
I just can't believe how she goes into detail of like.
Oh, we're coming back. Sorry.
Oh.
I think it's time to blow this scene. Get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
Yeah, buddy.
Welcome back, everybody.
Yeah.
The AI is here.
Yes, I was. I was doing taxes and I completely lost track of time, and
No. You were completely asleep.
that was it. I was doing. No, seriously, I'm doing tax.
Uh-huh.
And
That sounds like fun.
it was fun if it was
See, I already did mine, so
Yeah, I was gonna say no. It'd be fun if I was actually getting money back and it was a lot of it or a decent amount, and
yeah.
it was already done. That would be great, but that's not the case. So
Right.
Not gonna be
I'm still half done and haven't gotten nowhere. So good
Yay.
time,
That's awesome.
isn't it though?
By the way, this is Defenders Live, Mojo 50 Radio, where you can find us, mojo50.com, mojo50.com. You can also go to doashow.com. That's where you can find us, as well as all the Jackhole Nation gear. We are the exclusive home of all your Jackhole Nation stuff, as well as all Defender gear, including the Arm Yourselves t-shirt, which if you haven't seen it and you haven't gotten it, shame on you, because it's amazing.
Indeed.
Oh my
Shame.
gosh. Shame on Dylan.
I know, and they're. It's, if you can't appreciate what's there, you can't appreciate anything new that may or may not be coming in the future.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know, right?
And that hurts my heart.
Yeah, it does, because there are things coming in the future. Brand new things.
That a lot nice things.
Very nice things.
But
And they're big.
they are big, actually.
They're huge.
Rather massive.
Mm-hmm. Carrie's holding back her smile.
I'm gonna just let you off.
They're a bit bulky, but they're considered carry-ons.
Yes, they can be. Mm-hmm.
I'm proud of it.
Good water.
Say, as I'm proud of it.
Oh! The next story.
Yes.
This from the Daily Caller. It destroyed my body.
Oh, no.
Here's why the former trans woman regarded his gender transition.
Regrets.
Regrets?
Regrets.
Regrets.
He regrets. I've seen this guy in the news before, and I've heard him on a couple of interviews, and he is. I tell you what, he is a champion for those who are struggling with gender dysmorphia and with a lot of those angst. And he's a champion for it, for those who are trying to come out of that. The gay community has a much higher suicide rate, and then transgenders have a higher suicide rate than that. And then those who are trying to transition back when they've realized
that they
this
screwed
is a
up.
problem. I'm not actually the opposite gender. And they try to transition back, then the suicide rate is even higher because of such a lack of help and concern for that.
Because it's
So
like, okay, well,
he
we've
does a lot
accepted
of
you.
really great work. What?
It's like we've accepted you already as this other thing, and now you're gonna just turn back on us. And no. Okay, make up your mind.
Yeah.
Right.
It's kind of how society sees it.
And he actually spent 8 years as a woman. His name is where is it? Where did it go? Walter Hare. And he spent 8 years as a woman. He ended up transitioning, getting surgery. His grandmother had dressed him as a girl for a couple of years, and
Screwed him up.
and she really screwed him up. She would dress him like a girl. He got attention having, been dressed up like a girl, and she really affirmed him in that, and he got really confused. He'll call it child abuse, and he says that affirmation of that cross gender or that cross sex identity is child abuse, and he's dealt with it his whole life.
Yeah. Absolutely child abuse.
Yeah, it's incredible. And which I saw that there's who is it? Oh, Elon Musk and his girlfriend they're expecting a baby, and
They're going
she's come
to
out and say,
non-gendered.
someone asked what?
They're going to do non-gender, right?
Yes, they're having a they, and they won't. She said they are not going to release the name because it's too avant-garde. This poor kid.
That kid's going to get screwed up.
Well, isn't that like
The kid's already screwed up, and it's not even born. Like,
yeah,
just
like who was it? Is a basketball player? Just
Dwayne, Gabrielle Union and Dwayne. Dude.
Yeah, Dwayne Wade, I believe.
Dwayne Wade, yes.
Yeah.
She's stepmom to the kids, but yeah, their 12-year-old
something. Yeah, decided I'm suddenly gonna transition and blah blah blah, and they're
into a girl.
And why would you do that? The point of being a parent is guidance. A child doesn't know anything. And this is not to insult anything, but it's a fact. Children don't know. That's what the parent is there for, is to raise the child and teach them, hey, this is what the world is like. This is what you have to deal with, et cetera, et cetera.
I think, wasn't that a scripture, raise them up in the way that they should go?
Yes. Yes, it is. What I thought was really interesting is that this guy, Walter really hits part of the nail on the head here, where he says that not only was the gender transition necessary, but he really wished that the medical providers would have helped him examine the psychological issue, the psychological distress, before they went ahead with this gender transition and giving him the hormone therapy. He destroyed his body. He got a divorce because of this. He ended his career, and he spent 8 years living as someone he wasn't.
Right.
And he said that the thousands are detransitioning because they were affirmed in an identity that they aren't.
Right.
And it just carries out this disaster.
Yeah.
It's so sad.
It's one of those situations to where, okay, look, what is the reason why there are so many suicide attempts during transition? What's actually wrong after or during the transition period?
Why are there so many suicide attempts, you're saying?
Yes, why? That's the bottom line here.
Right.
Why are there so many attempts? And it doesn't go to the fact that they're confused, because somebody that's confused doesn't commit suicide. It's that they hate who they are.
Yep.
Right.
In the end, that's the point. That's the crux of the whole thing.
They literally hate either what they look like, who they are, what's conveyed to the world, whatever it is. They hate who they are.
Yep.
Yes.
So there's nothing about this that has anything to really do with gender. It's just when they do something like cross-dress or, start the transition period, it affirms something in them from other people, which makes them feel better for a small amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
It's appeasing a small portion of that hatred in themselves, and as that continues, things either get normalized, or things get weirder, or things don't happen the way that they want, and then they just continue down the rabbit hole of deeper depression and deeper hatred for themselves, and it's just worse and worse and worse.
Yeah, all the actual transitioning and all that crap is like, it's like throwing a cup of water onto a forest fire.
It's not going to help.
It doesn't do anything. It doesn't appease anything. It's just, it's maybe this will work. It's these people are searching for something.
I think
they've.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say I feel like they've been left and not actually raised. Again, going back to as children, they're not raised to have any identity in anything, in themselves or God or in anything like that. And so they're left in this dark hole, aimlessly walking around, trying anything and everything that they could possibly find to fill that spot, and till they get to the extremes of, let's start changing the hormone structure and everything else of my body to maybe that'll work. And then they get there and realize it didn't work. I'm still here. I still feel empty. I am still unsatisfied. And even more so now, because now you've gone against your actual, body makeup.
Right. Well, and the drugs, the hormone blocking drugs and suppressors have horrible long-term side effects,
including massive bouts of depression.
Yes.
Yes, in here he talks about how it stunts growth. There are drugs that are used that cause osteoporosis, that compromise the immune system, that certainly compromise mental health.
Yes.
Which for someone who is already clearly struggling in mental health, it just compounds that problem. And I don't understand the parents, and I don't know if this actually passed or if it's possibly in Texas, the state legislature meets they come into session every other year. So we just had session in 2019. So then they'll come together again in 2021. And I don't know if it was passed this last go round or if it's something that they're looking at doing moving forward in the next session.
Right.
But it is to not to say that gender transitioning is illegal, but to make it illegal for a child, medical transitioning under 18. No hormones, no hormone blocking, no hormone replacements, no added hormones. That
nothing.
You have to be 18 or older in order to receive treatments.
And that makes a lot of sense, actually. Technically, they should wait until the age of 25. At the age of 25, your frontal lobe actually is fully developed. You can reasonably think, and you don't always get completely compelled by just emotion and distraction and problems. You can actually think through a problem logically, supposedly.
Yes.
Not everybody, but that's in general. So 18 is fine, I guess, but 18 is still in an age where not everything is developed properly yet. The physical body embodiment is pretty much done. But even still, you have men don't stop growing in height until the ages of 25. Usually they go to high school, they graduate high school, they go to college, and their first 2 years of college, they grow an extra foot, Yep. Obviously not me. I'm short. I get it. It's fine.
I wasn't gonna say anything, but
you know what? It's okay. I benefited in other areas.
Anyway, so yeah, no, it
I literally did that just for his pause. That's that's exactly why I did that.
I'm just this topic has always bugged me because people just kind of again there's so many actual problems that lead to this point, and as here lately especially I've been really trying to look at in everything, you know, kind of we're a society that likes to try and what's the word I'm looking for here? We try to deal with the problem after the fact when consequences, instead of figuring out, you know, or I say figuring out, instead of preventing
the preventative care.
Yes. Instead of preventing pregnancy, we're open now to just killing babies.
Right.
And
it's a much more reactive
yeah,
and reactionary.
It's the reactive instead of the preventative. And I just if again, parents aren't parents anymore. Not like when it's not when I was a kid. But they're not. A lot of parents nowadays they're chasing the dollar. They've for some reason have decided that
their life comes first.
Society, well, there's that. There's a lot of that. That you know, the government and schools and everybody knows way more than them, even though these people have never been in their house in their life and have no idea the actual nuances of the family, that structure there. All these things, nobody wants to take that responsibility anymore.
Right.
And if parents would just start actually being parents and guiding their children and saying, look, you know, this is what you are. This is what you were born as. This is what everything is. Now, when you grow up and move out, you decide when you're a grown up that you're something else, then knock yourself out and do that. But until then, here's where you're at. And because kids don't have that kids thrive on routine and structure and the boundaries, and parents aren't giving them anything.
You're asking a lot for parents to be parents.
I know.
That is a lot.
I know. It's what happens when you do taxes and you come onto the show. It's like, I'm being asked a lot, so apparently I expect a lot from other people. But
right.
I mean, well, when you have to do taxes right before the show, it makes you very grumpy. And I'm just saying, it's not.
Yes.
It makes me cranky.
Yeah, it does. It makes you cranky. Maybe you need to get some APR coffee in you.
Ooh, that's always a good idea.
You actually, I got one last bag of blueberry in there, and I'm desperately saving it. But
I told you, man, you got to start at the one you like least, and then work your way back down.
And I am. That's the thing.
And so you're holding off on the blueberry.
You know what? I'm going to be smart on the next order though, and I usually get 3 pounds worth total.
Yeah.
Each run.
I do about the same thing.
I think this next one I'm going to get just blueberry. Be done with.
Just 3 pounds of blueberry.
Pounds of blueberry and be done. I'm a sucker for it. It is.
Yeah, you are.
Good.
I don't know. I'm holding out for the next one because there might be some new stuff potentially down the line.
There may be.
I'm hoping.
I've heard there's some rumblings.
There's some stirring happening, and
I love rumbling and stirring.
Yeah, it's good times.
Just pass. It'll pass in here in a little bit.
Yeah, I mean it's fine. It's not it's not anything dangerous. It's just
no.
If you smell anything, just let us know. It's fine.
Yeah.
But no. Anyway, go to APR Coffees, aprcoffee.com. APR Coffee.
American Pride Roasters.
No,
It's a really nice way to start out the day.
It is
so good.
At this point, once you've tried it, you'll realize it is the only way to start the day.
Yeah, the best part of waking up is not with the other brands. It's with APR Coffee.
Yes.
It really is.
It is.
It really is.
I don't even care if you choose an unflavored version. It's still better.
Oh, absolutely. Because it's
made with love.
It is. That's what I said. Every single bean.
Every bean.
And roasted with love.
Picked and roasted with love. That's good.
The love is baked in.
Once again, I don't want to know what that tastes like.
But you taste it every time you have his
I
coffee.
don't know.
Love.
Don't. Nope. Not
And
doing
one
it.
of his
Nope.
coffees has baby Jesus
Nope.
in it. So.
That's true. It's a lot of love there.
So, if you want
I
to know,
need to go back and look and see. I don't know. We're not quite out, so I'm good right now. But I look forward. But I'm out of my George Washington Carver, so I'm kind of like, all right, we got to get through this Calvin Coolidge so I can get more George Washington Carver.
How is the Coolidge, by the way? I haven't had the Coolidge yet.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah?
It's really good.
okay, am I the only one of the three of us that actually gets excited when it's time to get ready to order more?
No.
No.
I get
Like
giddy.
I get all giddy and I'm like, "Ee," and I know it's all the same stuff but it's all so good. It's just
See,
No, I get really excited when it comes. I can't open it. If we get the package in the afternoon, I can't open it until the next morning because I will want to have my
first cup.
coffee right then.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't because then I'll be awake.
I don't
And then
know
I'll
what
be
you-
like the
I don't know what
commercial
you
they
mean by-
run on Mojo where it's, I taste sound.
Yeah. So no.
Well,
See, I'm kind of the same way though.
remember though that a lot of these, I think almost all of these do come in decaf.
They do.
I know I'm going to have to do some decaf of it because there are some nights where I just want to,
You just
I
want
just want-
coffee.
the coffee taste. Yeah.
Yes.
I don't
There
even
are
need the
many nights
caffeine.
where all I want is coffee, and it's like, oh no, it's midnight. I shouldn't have coffee right now.
Right.
Because it'll be 4 a.m. before you go to sleep.
That's about right. Unless I
Yeah.
sit in my really comfy chair.
Mm,
Comfy chairs.
I'll be there.
Oh, yeah, I think I'm gonna get the John Adams or John Quincy. John Adams has cardamom and nutmeg.
What's cardamom?
It's a type
Okay,
of
I
spice.
was gonna say I think I've had the John Adams, but maybe not.
Cardamom and nutmeg. It's another type of spice that you find in a lot
Mm-hmm.
of like celebratory dishes and I can't really describe the taste.
Yeah,
You know,
I've never heard of cardamom.
you would have had it.
you've probably had it in like Christmas dishes, and you just
Yeah.
don't know it. It's
Gotcha.
usually mixed together like cardamom, clove, nutmeg, cinnamon. They're all kind of mixed together in a blend for a lot of Christmas dishes.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I kind of want that.
So if there's like a flavor in some sort of Christmas dish or like a mulled cider or something, and you're thinking, okay, I just don't know quite what it is. It's cardamom.
Oh, okay.
Probably.
That's it.
That's probably it. It's like
Cardamom,
it's
nutmeg.
got this taste. Like I get the nutmeg, I get the, but I don't understand what is this other one.
Gotcha. No, I think the one I was gonna look at is it Jefferson? Is that the one with the vanilla?
That's vanilla, yeah.
Yeah, that thing, I'm
Mm.
gonna get some of that because I likes the vanilla.
He's a vanilla sort of man.
'Cause I are one.
Hmm.
He
Well,
is a
now I'm
vanilla.
looking. Now I'm going to APR, AmericanPrideRoasters.com, which you can find them on Twitter also. But now I've got to go and look at all their.
Yeah, that's at APR
Yeah,
Coffee.
they do have
or-
unflavored flavor. Oh, yum.
like the Washington. It's a straight unflavored, just straight Washington.
Yeah.
Ethiopian blend, lightly roasted. It's good times. Anyway, we shouldn't dabble too long on the.
Sorry.
We could actually make an entire show just on APR
do.
Coffee. I don't doubt this at all. But
So good.
so you had two more stories for us, but we have one last. We're almost out of time. So, which do
Okay.
you want to do? It's dealer's choice.
Dylan, you can decide if you'd like.
He doesn't know.
Okay, so
They're not-
so if we stuck with this theme, so we had the cross-dressing boyfriend that the woman was really
Yep.
disappointed in herself for not finding that attractive.
Right.
Wait, she was upset that she wasn't attracted to her husband looking better
Boyfriend.
in a dress than her.
Yeah,
Boyfriend, and
Don't know if he looked better.
she
but-
was. It wasn't that he looked better. She was disappointed in herself
Mhm.
that she wasn't.
She
that
wasn't
she
as
craved
attractive.
traditional masculinity as opposed to what she thought she intellectually
Mhm.
supported.
So we have that. Then we have the transgendered guy.
Yes.
The transgendered guy.
the detransgendered transgender.
Okay.
And then there's this other story. If we keep in that same vein,
If we keep in that vein, there was a student who has two moms. And I think this is in Michigan. Yep, it's in Michigan. This student with two moms, she was not allowed to write a paper. The assignment for the paper was to take a stand on an issue of great cultural importance. So she was supposed to write a paper in favor of or against just something that was of great cultural importance, and she was supposed to take a stand. So she wanted to take a stand and write a paper in favor of same-sex marriage because she has two moms. Now, I would say, that is of great cultural importance. It's something that is very current in our day and age,
Yep.
whether she's pro or against.
her taking a stand.
Either way, she's taking a stand.
Yeah.
Sure.
And the teacher said it was just too controversial, and
I'm sorry.
and didn't
No,
want to
no.
offend some students.
No, hold on. Okay. First off, as a teacher, you do not give an assignment such as this and then turn around and when the kid actually comes up with something that is controversial, that would be of cultural, if it's of cultural importance, it's
And you're
controversial.
supposed to take a stand.
Yeah.
Taking a stand means there's going to be some controversy. I mean, no one's
There
going to
has to
say,
be.
I'm going to take a stand that we should be nice to puppies. Well, duh. No one's going to have an anti-nice to puppies unless, like,
Well,
you're Michael
yeah.
Vick's
I mean,
friend or something.
oh, nice.
But I know.
Very.
He repented, so I should be more forgiving.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, like it's implied when you turn around, making a stand implies controversy.
Right.
Right.
So-
So it has to be controversial for you to
what's
be able to
this-
take a stand.
What did this teacher expect the kids to come back with? Well, pineapple should not be allowed on pizza. Is that
It's also true. Also
Well,
true.
right. I mean,
True.
so
But is
well,
that
and the teacher did confess that she actually just didn't want to read or hear about marriage equality. And that's according to another news
right.
source.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's true or not. But I thought that was really interesting that she didn't want to let her, but the students were not allowed to choose anything that's awkward or inappropriate for a school audience. So, like, no one was allowed to write about abortion.
Okay.
But the school district's guidance says that controversial subjects can have a legitimate place in learning. And I think this is one that I think she should have been able to write that story, write that paper. I mean, that is part of growing up. That's part of learning how to articulate, as I struggle to think of the words.
Articulate.
It's part of learning how to articulate and defend what you believe or think you believe. And as you do a research paper or as you look more into it, as you're developing your argumentation and your case for X, Y, or Z, oftentimes you might go, oh, there's actually no support for this. There's no support legitimately to say that this is okay or good.
Yep. You're right.
So anyway, fun stories. Sorry for the theme.
And that's what you get when you let Pastor Kari go ahead and assign all the stories for the night. But with that being said, let's get to the bell count for the day.
Good evening, Mojo 50. I'm Leprechaun, and here with the bell count grade for the day, Tuesday, February 25th, 2020. Today we had 9 missed innuendo bells, 61 actual bells, 4 rim shots, 2 leftover Bidens from yesterday, and 1 Stephen Trigger straight black to the new white.
I love that. Oh, it was great. Well, it was pretty good. Well, it wasn't bad. Well, there were parts of it that weren't very good. It could have been a lot better. I didn't really like it. It was pretty terrible. It was bad.